It's time for a couple of holy mackerel stories in today's news. We start with a little update on the end of the world. On Friday's show, we aired a segment about my interview last week with Dr. Tim LaHaye and Jerry Jenkins. They are the co-authors of the massively successful Left Behind series of books, which helped popularize the idea of the end of the world, the apocalypse, the rapture, even the Antichrist among America's conservative Christians. We talked for about 10 minutes on Wednesday night about the popularity of their books, the influence of apocalyptic prophecy on foreign policy in the Bush era. We talked about Jenkins and LaHaye releasing a statement during the presidential campaign to the effect that they believed Barack Obama probably wasn't the Antichrist. And ultimately, we ended up in a detailed discussion of what the theological context is, how rapture-ready, end times, left behind fan conservative Christians hear the accusation that Barack Obama is a commie. How it sounds to very far-right Christian Americans when they hear that allegation that Barack Obama is trying to make the United States a socialist country. Now, it was that portion of my interview with Dr. LaHaye and Mr. Jenkins that we focused on when we edited down that 10 minutes or so of that interview for broadcast on Friday. Now, Jerry Jenkins has since expressed that I tried to make him and Tim LaHaye look like idiots in that segment, that I sliced and diced their comments to fit my own Queen of Liberalism agenda, and that they consider the entire appearance to have been a, quote, fiasco. The last thing I want is for anyone who is a guest on this show to feel that their appearance here was an ambush, that they were not treated fairly. I don't think that we took anything out of context in the editing of that interview, and I do not regret anything that we broadcast on Friday. But I do regret that Mr. Jenkins feels so bad about it. And I do think the whole 10-minute interview was kind of a hoot. So we have now posted the entire unedited discussion on rachel.msnbc.com. If you've got 10 minutes to spare and you want a lot of detail on commies and antichrists and the new presidency, oh my, it is there for you. rachel.msnbc.com. And now something for your viewing pleasure right here on the TV machine right now. I am here in Los Angeles to be on The Tonight Show with Jay Leno, which is very exciting. I'm happy and flattered to have been asked to do that. The last time I was in L.A. is when Captain Chesley Sully Sullenberger safely landed U.S. Airways Flight 1549 in the Hudson River in New York City. In the aftermath, we ultimately were able to hear the cockpit voice recordings. We were able to hear from passengers and the crew what it was like in the moment of that landing. But now, thanks to a firm called Scene Systems, they're marketing their animated reconstructions of events, which they do for lawsuits and stuff. Thanks to them, we've got a 2-minute recreation of what happened on Flight 1549 in real time, essentially, synced up with the cockpit voice recordings. We're going to play it here. Remember as you watch this, 155 people are on board this plane while it's happening.
Cactus 1549, 700, climbing 5,000.
Cactus 1549, departure to contact, climb, maintain 15,000.
Maintain 15,000, Cactus 1549.
Cactus 1549, turn left lane 270.
This is Cactus 1539. Hit birds, lost thrust on both engines, returning back towards LaGuardia.
Okay, you need to return to LaGuardia. Turn left heading of 220.
220.
Tower, stop your departures, got emergency returning. It's 1529. He bird strike, he lost the thrust in the engines, he's returning immediately.
Cactus 1529, which engines?
He lost thrust in both engines, he said.
Got it.
Cactus 1529, we can get it for you. Do you want to try to land runway 13?
We're unable. We may end up in the Hudson.
All right, Cactus 1549, it's going to be left traffic to runway 31.
Unable.
Okay, what do you need to land? Do you want to try to go to Teterboro?
Yes.
Teterboro, Empire. Actually, LaGuardia departure guy, emergency inbound.
Hey, got
Cactus 1529 over the George Washington Bridge. Wants to go to the airport right now.
wants to go to our airport. Check. Does he need assistance?
Yes, it was a bird strike. Can I get him in for runway 1?
Runway 1, that's good.
Cactus 1529, turn right 280. You can land runway 1 at Teterboro.
We can't do it.
Okay, which runway would you like at Teterboro?
We're going to be in the Hudson.
I'm sorry, say again, Cactus? Cactus 1549, radar contact is lost. You also got Newark Airport up here 2 o'clock in about 7 miles. Eagle 54718, turn left thing 210.
210, 4718. I think he said he was going in the Hudson.
Cactus 1529, Houston.
Imagine having the presence of mind to be able to say, we're going to be in the Hudson, right at that moment when he said it. I know! Scene Systems is the company that did that animation. And frankly, all I did at work today was watch that over and over and over again all day. Sorry.